Perfect.
Perfect timing. Hello, YouTubers. Hopefully it'll pick up. We got good, strong signal. Good evening, everybody. It is the final night of the 2017 regular season. Scott Hudson and the Carterville Lions find themselves cross-county at Herrin Tigers. And can you believe this is the last game of the year?
It is hard to believe. And these two teams met in the first regular season game of the year back in the Pyramid Plus tournament in November. And now how ironic that they would meet in the last game of the regular season. Both teams looking to go into the postseason on a little bit of a high note.
That was back on November 21st, 2016. I remember it well, but I was gone.
That's right.
I was on Thanksgiving break, and it was the Herrin Tigers that come away with a 6-point win, 49-43. And suffice it to say, I think the Carterville Lions are not the same team now coming into tonight's game that they were back on that date for that game.
Yeah, there's no question. Of course, the Lions have had to adjust to not having Luke Ford since the Anna Jonesboro game a few weeks ago. And they just, against Pinckneyville last Friday night, they really seemed to play one of their better games. And for whatever reason, and we can't explain it, Coach Hawkins can't explain it, the Carterville Lions have played much better on the road this year than they have at home. Well, this is a road game, final game of the year. A big test for the Lions going up against Herrin Tigers before Monday night's matchup against Massac County and the 3A Regional at Carterville.
It is senior night here for Herrin High School. It's Carterville's third senior night that they've participated in, their own. And then last Friday night on the road at Pinckneyville. And then here tonight for Herrin. And it's also Pink Out Night for breast cancer awareness. And nice pink all over the school. Herrin provided the Carterville team with pink T-shirts. The cheerleaders have them as well, and it's nice to see the two communities come together for a good cause like that here tonight.
Yeah, both these teams looking to play better than their last games. Of course, we talked about Carterville playing a very good game, only losing to Pinckneyville by 3 at Pinckneyville last Friday night. Herrin played Tuesday night and lost in overtime to Massac County. The team Carterville will play on Monday night in the regional. So both these teams, I think, when you look at their records and you look at the personnel that they have, these teams should be better record-wise than what they are. But you are what your record says you are, and Carterville has played better of late. We'll see if that translates into a win on the road tonight.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, where they offer the convenience of mobile banking. Stay connected on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. For more information on the features of mobile banking and how you can enroll, we ask that you visit their website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Don't forget, you can listen to the game online if you go to WJPF.com, or if you would like, you can go to our YouTube channel, watch and listen. And I promise you, Scott and I don't get a lot of FaceTime on this count on this. It's a good thing.
There's a reason why for that, by the way.
But you can tune in and you can watch and listen to the game on YouTube. Just search Carterville Lions at Herrin Tigers. Put in today's date, 2/24, and you should be good to go. I had a chance to talk to head coach Shane Hawkins moments ago, and we'll be picking up on that interview with Coach here when we come back. We're going to take our first break. Thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Lions Basketball on News Radio WJPF. Two minutes, Coach, and straight to me, please. Hey, Tim, is that stream look okay? Because I've got a low bit rate here. Does it look okay on what you're seeing? Good deal. Good deal. Thank you.
What's your thoughts, Ben, on the season so far? And I mean, we're coming down, we're getting ready to take on our cross-county rival, the Herrin Tigers, tonight. But looking at the end of the regular season, what's your thoughts on this year so far?
You know, I think this is a team that's continued to get better. We haven't really showed that on Friday night, but I've walked out of a lot of Thursday night practices thinking, man, we've really had a good week of practice. And sometimes that doesn't always translate to Friday night or success on Saturday night. But I think they've continued to come to practice every day and work to get better. And I think a lot of teams don't do that. It's hard to keep them focused that long. And I think our guys have done a really good job of whatever happened on Friday, Saturday, come back on Monday, getting prepared for a new week and a new opponent or two. And I think that's the one thing that's kept me energized and kept me going because they're showing up to work. There's no question.
One of the things that I've noticed the last couple of weeks about your team is the fact that they're playing more as a team. They are congratulating each other on a good pass or a good shot. The bench is jumping up off the bench after a big shot or a nice assist or something like that. And it's something that we didn't see early in the season, but we're starting to see more and more of here at the end.
And I try to make a big deal of the small things like that because I think the small things lead to big things. I don't think you can just all of a sudden start winning games. I think you have to kind of build up in that. And one of the first things you got to do is you got to get everybody on the same page. You got to get our 15 guys and our 5 coaches. You got to get them on the same page, and you got to get them pulling for each other. And that was something we talked about earlier, but we couldn't get it. And we noticed it in practice too. We're getting to that point where they're talking to each other in practice. Not only good things, and hey, good pass or good shot, but we're getting to where we're finally talking a little bit defensively, or we're communicating throughout the course of the game during a play. And once we get everybody on the same page, then obviously we're a little bit better for that possession. And I think that's one thing that we've fought for a long time is just getting those guys to open their mouth and talk to their teammates.
Is there anything, do you think there's a part of it that is the result of being the third head coach in 3 years for some of these guys?
Well, I don't think there's any question. I think you can go down the line for every category, and I think that plays a role in a little bit of role in every this is completely different than what they've done in the past, and offensively, defensively, the way we do shoot around, the way we prep for teams is a little bit different. So all that stuff's different, and I think at the beginning it was very overwhelming for them. But now they've come accustomed to it. Now we go through scouting reports and personnel. Now they're asking questions. They kind of understand that I'm giving them as much as they want, but they still have questions. And when you still have them asking questions, and we again today for the third day of the week we went over scouting report again on Herrin before we left, and then they're still asking questions. And so they're still locked in, and they're still ready to go compete, and they know what lies ahead. It's the last regular season game, and our seniors have tonight, Monday night is the only guarantees we have, and I think they understand that.
Second game in a row, you have to deal with senior night activities here on the road at Herrin. How do you handle that? How do the boys do with it?
The only thing we do a little bit different is, with our varsity guys, is we don't get dressed quite as early. Instead of come down, shortly after halftime, we push it back. We let them watch the extra quarter of the JV game, and we're a little bit more methodical in what we do with our pregame, and it's different because when we get into pregame, most of our JV guys will be in here, and so they get to hear it again, but they get to hear it maybe in a little bit different way because it's right before a game, and you kind of deal with, they kind of learn. I think our seniors have done a great job of leading by example and being able to absorb that type of stuff and show our younger guys how things are done or how we want it done. And I think they've just done it. And again, it was all new to them as well. But I think they've done a tremendous job of being leaders, not always as verbal as we would like, but they continue to make those strides of talking. And but they've definitely showed our younger guys our expectation level and what we expect and how we expect things to get done. And hopefully our younger guys have been able to pick up some things.
Good luck tonight. Talk to you for the game.
All right, thank you.
There you have it. Head coach Shane Hawkins joining us on our pregame show just moments ago. And, one thing, the question that I asked him about how the team has been playing well, Shane Hawkins is not in, there's not a lot of coaches that like a moral victory in a loss, but that game at Pinckneyville Friday night, really, I think Carterville felt like that was a win for them, even though they wound up losing the game. There wasn't any conference implications in that game, but they came out of that game feeling very well.
Well, I think for Shane Hawkins, he hopes that game made the light go off inside the heads of his players, especially his seniors, telling them, hey, you are a good basketball team. You came up here and almost knocked off a state-ranked team on their floor on senior night. And I think what is frustrating about a game like last week is you see how close Carterville came to winning. You see how hard they played in a tough environment. And I'm sure Coach Hawkins has asked himself many times this year, where has that been all year in certain games? Carterville has played well down the stretch. They've had games where they haven't shot the ball well. Go back to the Massac County game where it was 11-7 at half.
32-31 was the final.
Yeah, but you go back to, there's been other games they've shot 56, 57, 58% for the game from the field. So it's almost like which Carterville Lions team will show up. But I hope that the way the game went last week at Pinckneyville has convinced this Carterville Lions team we are better than our record. We can compete with and beat anybody on any given night.
And the other side of this, too, is Massac County knocking the Herrin Tigers off in overtime on Tuesday night. That was a big win for Massac and a big loss for the Herrin Tigers going into postseason play starting on Monday.
Yeah, Massac is one of the teams that's played well down the stretch.
Much better.
They've knocked off Carterville at Carterville. They knocked off El Dorado at Massac County, a team that's ahead of Harrisburg right now in the Class 2A regional. And they also, knocked off Harrisburg. So they've played
at
well.
Harrisburg.
Yep.
So that's the next opponent. I don't like looking ahead, but regional play picks up in Carterville starting on Monday night. One game per night. The quarterfinal game is the Carterville Lions hosting the Massac County Patriots. The winner of that gets to take on the number 1 seed, the Carbondale Terriers. That game will be on Tuesday. Wednesday is the second semifinal game. The Carbondale game would be one semifinal. The second semifinal game, you have the Benton Rangers, which I find hard to believe, 27-2 on the season, ranked as the number 4 seed in that regional. I am just flat baffled by that seeding.
Welcome to Class 3A basketball.
Yeah, that's the expanded Class 3A.
That's the problem, because Class 3A basically extends from a school the size of Carterville all the way up to a school the size of Cahokia. Now, in my personal opinion, that's not fair. You know, the Cartervilles, the Bentons, and others and Herrin should not be participating against Cahokias and bigger schools.
Yep.
But it is what it is. And Benton, 27 wins. What do you get for it? A number 4 seed.
Yep, exactly. So, hopefully we've set the stage for you here this evening. Should be a good game. Great crowd here in Herrin tonight. Of course, just a cross-county rival. Shane Hawkins is fired up below us here. The teams are ready to go, and we are just a couple of minutes from the tip-off as we are awaiting the starting lineups for both teams and the national anthem. And for the Herrin Tigers, we were looking just a minute ago, Scott. Man, they've got 8 seniors on this team. There had to have been 45 kids out there on the floor for their pregame ceremony.
A lot of seniors on this team. You know, this was a year that Herrin was expected to be very good, one of the better teams in Central Illinois. It hasn't panned out that way. They've struggled as well. But they've got a lot of seniors on this team. They're going to be missing one of them, tied down, and has been injured. He will not play tonight.
15-13, your Carterville Lions come into tonight's game. But like we said, they've been playing much better here of late. We are going to go on and take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have the starting lineups for you. It's the Carterville Lions at the Herrin Tigers, next on News Radio WJPF. Anthem here, please. Bring it back here. Bring it back here.
Welcome to Pickup Night at Herrin High School. There's also Senior Night.
Back at Herrin High School on your Friday night, the last regular season basketball game of 2017, as the Carterville Lions are moments away from tipping it off against the Herrin Tigers. Here, senior night for the Herrin Tigers, Scott Hudson, and man, I'm looking forward to this. Should be a really good ball game.
Well, it really should be a good ball game. Carterville has played well, as we've talked about down the stretch. They've had a few games to adjust to Luke Ford not being in the lineup, and guys like Garby, Moore are getting more playing time. They're getting quality minutes. They're taking advantage of that. Tonight, I think the big key for Carterville, DJ Spell for Herrin is a matchup nightmare because he can play on the outside, he can play on the inside, he's got great leaping ability. I don't know who's going to draw that assignment. Kyle will have his hands full with Jake down on the inside, but But Taylor Howell coming off a nice game and really has been the most consistent Lion all year.
Once again, it's the same starting lineups the Lions have used for the last 4 games. It's going to be Blake Jackson, the 5'10 senior, at one guard position. Justin Johnson kind of floats back and forth between a guard and a forward. Where's number 5? He's 6'2 junior. You have Brendan Beasley, the 5'9 senior, the point guard for the Carterville Lions, the general of this team, as it were. Getting the start tonight in place of Luke Ford. Once again, the junior, Grant Garby, the 6'3 junior, wears number 32. And then the big guy in the paint, as you said, Taylor Heil, the 6'6 senior. So it's going to be Jackson, Johnson, Beasley, Garby, and Taylor Heil. The Carterville Lions have been introduced. The Carterville Lion cheerleaders wearing the pink out t-shirt here this evening, as it is pink out here at Herrin. Both teams are participating in that. I even got a sticker around here someplace. It's on my scorebook right now. But everybody's participating here this evening. And we want to say thank you for listening here on News Radio WJPF. Getting the start tonight, it's going to be DJ Spell that Scott just mentioned. He is the 6'4 senior, wears number 12 for the Herrin Tigers. Number 15, Matt Cagle, the 6'1 senior, is getting the start this evening as well for the Herrin Tigers, as is Jake Downen, number 24, the 6'4 senior. And he's got a brother, Ty, that typically starts, but he's got an injury that he will not be playing. He's been out for a couple of weeks from what I understand. One of the other starters for Herrin is going to be number 35, Dalton Bush. He is a 6'1 senior. And then you have
actually, Dave, sorry to interrupt, but they are going to start Ty Downen tonight. That's something
kind of surprising.
Very surprising, because we were told from the Herrin broadcasters that he was not going to play tonight, and he may not play a lot. This may be a senior only
just
night
a couple
thing.
minutes.
Couple of minutes, get him out of there. A couple of things to look at also with Herrin. Their outside shooters, Bush and Nessler, have been hot and cold of late. They can shoot the 3 if left open, but they haven't been consistent. Also, Herrin does not really have a true point guard, and they have turned the ball over a lot in recent games. So hopefully Carterville can create some turnovers and then turn those into points.
And they've been using the 6'2 sophomore, Drew Ringel, as their point guard of late. Kind of sometimes will get lost on the floor, kind of turn the ball over, but that's who they've used at that point position here in the last handful of games. The Herrin cheerleaders have completed their welcome cheer, or they are in the process of doing so, getting their picture taken on the sideline. Both teams are out on the floor. The officials are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in here on News Radio WJPF, and you can go to YouTube and tune in and watch here. Just search Carterville Lions and Herrin Tigers. Watch and listen to the game on our YouTube stream. Carterville once again controls the tip, and they are moving from left to right. Just below us, we're in the corner. They get the pass down low to Taylor Heil, and there's a foul immediately.
That'll be on Jake Downen. Cagle coming. And I stand corrected again. Ty Downen is not starting. He's back on the bench. They must have just introduced him as an honorary starter. That's all I can figure out.
Yeah, apparently so, as he went out for the handshake. So it's the first team foul on the Tigers. Just underway, 10 seconds into the game. Carterville controls in the road blues with the white lettering, orange stripes on both sides of the uniform. Herrin in their home white uniforms here on senior night. Blake Jackson takes it down the left side of the lane. Left-hand layup is no good. Rebound is saved by Bush. He throws it back to Johnson, and he has a little right-hand floater. Justin Johnson gets the Lions on the board.
Yeah, Bush had the ball, turned it over, threw it back in. Right to Carterville.
Carterville picks up full press on the Tigers. The ball's almost turned over in the front court. Herrin does have it just below us here, but they do turn it over immediately on a bad pass. That is by Matt Cagle. So it's Carterville basketball. Johnson with the right-hand dribble to the right side to Blake Jackson. Jackson brings it back around top to the Taylor Heil, and now to Beasley. Beasley controls between the circles to Johnson. He got away with it, throws the ball out of bounds. It's off of Herrin. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Yeah, Carterville got away with the walk, but a good start by the Lions to get that first basket.
Carterville has it on the far sideline. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Ike family dealerships, Ike Honda and Ike Volkswagen of Marion, proud supporters and sponsors of Carterville Lions sports. The ball's turned over by the Lions. Each team has one turnover now. Herrin into the front court. They work it around, top of the circle. That is Jacob Hartline, near side to Cagle. He gets it down in the paint and to Spell, and he is fouled in the paint. And the foul's going to be on Grant Garby for the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Spell got the ball at about the free throw line and went to his right. Garby cut him off, but also took him down to the floor.
Herrin basketball. Moving right to left here in front of a nice crowd. Senior night, final game of the 2016-17 campaign. They get the ball down low. That is Downen. His turnaround bank shot is no good, and Taylor Howell gathers in the rebound. Carterville into the front court. Beasley drives it down the left side, dumps it down to Garby. I don't know, he threw it up at the rim, but it was no good. I think he lost the handle on it, and the rebound comes off to the Herrin Tigers, and we have a foul out front on the Lions.
Now, that's one of those plays that you've heard Coach Shane Hawkins talk about many, many times on the postgame. Bunnies, easy baskets. Those are the ones you've got to convert. A great pass on the inside for Beasley to Garby, and like you said, it looked like it was on the far end from us. It looked like he just lost the handle on it.
But you got to finish.
You got to finish.
You have to finish when you get that opportunity. The foul was on Brennan Beasley, his first. That's a second team foul now on the Lions. They drop it down low to Spell. His shot is up and good. Oh, he traveled before the shot. That's going to help out the Carterville Lions. The second turnover on the Herrin Tigers.
Yeah, again, Carterville has to take advantage of any extra opportunities, especially when you're on the road.
So the turnover on Garby doesn't hurt on that possession. Speaking of which, he has the ball to Taylor Heil, to Jackson. They dump it down low to Heil. His shot is up and he's fouled. And that foul is going to be on Jake Downen. That's his first, the second team foul. And Taylor Heil is going to be at the line shooting 2 free throws.
I know, did I mention you need to make free throws too?
Yes, you do. That's part of it. First one from Heil, rims out, no good. Carterville, they've not been shooting free throws very well of late.
No, that's one thing that they really need to improve on.
Second one from Heil was good. His first point of the game. It's 3-0 Carterville with 5:30 left here in the first quarter. Press being applied by the Lions, but the Tigers, they break the press. Now they have a trap and a foul called on Justin Johnson. Shane Hawkins comes flying off the bench, talks to JJ, gives him a little piece of advice. It's on Justin Johnson, his first. That's the third team foul on the Lions. Bush breaks the timeline. Hartline breaks the timeline, throws the ball, and it's tipped out of bounds by Blake Jackson. It's going to belong to the Herrin Tigers.
Now, good hustle by the senior Blake Jackson. Carterville up 3-0. Just 5:18 left in the first.
3-0 lead. Another low-scoring game so far. That's what Carterville likes. They want to keep that score down. As the Tigers, they have it. That's Downen, drives the left side. Left-hand runner is up and good. Herrin Tigers on the board. Jake Downen with the first point.
Yeah, they let him go to his left. They never really cut him off, and he was able to kiss it off the glass.
3-2 with 4:55 remaining in the opening quarter. Carterville basketball. Brennan Beasley between the circles. Left-hand dribble to Taylor Heil. Heil gives it up to Grant Garby. Now to Johnson on the right wing. Back, top of the circle. Beasley's going to fire from 3 off the iron. No good. Rebound. Putback is no good by
Garby, I believe.
And we have a whistle and a foul. That's going to be on Garby. That's his second. That's not what you want to see, as he's getting the start in place of Luke Ford. Shane Hawkins going to have to go to his bench, as Dylan Moore will be checking in to replace Grant Garby. 4:38 left here in the opening quarter.
Well, that's 2 point blank chances Garby's had to finish. One on offensive rebound, one off a nice, what would have been a nice assist from Beasley. You got to make those easy shots.
They've missed 2 of them in this game so far, as the ball's tipped in the backcourt. Herrin gets a hold of it, and we've got a pushing foul on Dylan Moore, who just checked into the game. Now that's 5 fouls in 3.5 minutes on the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, and they're legit fouls. Carterville's got to play a little smarter defensively.
So the ball belongs to the Tigers. Down 1, 3-2. Into the game for Herrin is Drew Ringel. His left-hand runner is good by Ringel. It's 4-3 now. Herrin. Drew Moore to the right side. Left-hand dribble. Takes it to the free throw line. Needs some help. Gets the help from Taylor Heil. He's at the top of the key. Now to Justin Johnson. Johnson takes it across the free throw line. Drew Moore takes it into the paint. Backs it out. Johnson's going to fire from 18. No good. Rebound comes off to Jake Downen. Into the front court. That's Hartline. Brings it left side. Gives it to Nessler. Bronson Nessler wears number 10. Now to the right side. Downen, top of the key. Takes it to the free throw line. Kick out to Hartline. Now to Spell, top of the circle, near side to Nessler. They work it down low to Downen, turns it over, and the ball is thrown away by the Carterville Lions. Justin Johnson was falling out of bounds, and Drew Moore did not see the pass, and it's a turnover on the Lions.
Carterville gets a turnover and then turns it right back over.
Dylan Moore, not Drew Moore.
Yes. Valerius in the game for Carterville.
Dylan Valerius.
We'll get it right. Hey, we've still got a couple of games left.
2 Dylans, no waiting. As Dylan Moore checks out, Dylan Valerius in. 3 ball from Herrin is no good. That was Rangel with the shot. Carterville gets the rebound. Quickly into the front court. Blake Jackson just going to fire from 3 off the front of the iron. No good. Tips the rebound right to DJ Spell. Herrin with the basketball. 3:05 on the opening quarter clock as Hartline backs it out. They work it near side to Nessler. Over top of the circle to Hartline. Now they get it to Ringel. Ringel to Spell. Spell makes a move at the free throw line. Shot is up off the iron. No good. Johnson with the rebound for the Lions. Beasley quickly into the front court. Right side, Dylan Valerius has it. Back to Beasley. Takes it toward the middle at the free throw line. Over to Blake Jackson, left wing. Fakes that shot. Drives the lane. His shot is blocked in the paint. And Spell comes up with the basketball. We have a timeout that is called by head coach Mike Mooningham. That's going to be a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, where they specialize in custom graphics and apparel. They are in their brand new location. They moved in, opened up on Tuesday. They offer in-house embroidery. They proudly support your hometown Lions. Plus, don't forget they do more than just apparel. They design logos, brochures, posters, as well as vinyl signs and decals. They have a website. Check it out. It's artworkscustomgraphics.com.
The Carterville's missed their last 6 shots from the field. A little fortunate to only be down 4-3. I've got Herrin for 4 turnovers. That's what's keeping Carterville in this game, at least early here in the first. Carterville just needs to settle down. And you don't want to get in early foul trouble. You talked about the team fouls already. 5-4 Carterville. Not a good thing.
These two teams met on the first game of the season. That was at the Pyramid Plus tournament at Carterville. And Herrin came away with a 6-point win, 49-43. After one, Carbondale leads Marion, 19-8 at the end of the first quarter. Here it is 4-3. Herrin with a 1-point lead. Spell, little drop step move from the left block and a foul called on the Lions. So DJ Spell will go to the line and shoot 2. The foul is going to be on Carterville's Taylor Heil.
Yeah, it looked like Heil had good position to block the shot, but he must have got wrist instead of ball.
Spell's at the line, shooting 2. 2-16 here in the opening quarter. Spell makes the first, so it's a 2-point lead, 5-3. In the game for the Lions, Heil, Valerius, Johnson, Beasley, and Blake Jackson. Second by Spell is good. He's got 2 points in the game. 6-3. Herrin with the lead. Beasley with the right-hand dribble, takes it to the right side, takes it down the right baseline, and stepped out of bounds. And that is going to be the 3rd turnover on the Carterville Lions.
You got to know where you're at on the floor at all times, and Brendan might have been better off to just try to take that straight to the glass and score, but it's 3rd turnover for Carterville instead.
Herrin basketball. Jacob Hartline across the timeline, near side. That is Nessler. They work it over to the far side. Hartline on the right corner. Now the pass comes off. They control it. That is Ringel that fires. No good. Rebound off of Blake Jackson. They're going to say the ball belongs to the Herrin Tigers.
Neither team really in sync just yet.
No. like they're still taking warm-up shots out there. They get the ball into Spell. He gets it, and he wants to jam it, but he just lays it off the glass. DJ Spell has 4 points here in this first quarter. In the front court, Carterville has it. Johnson to the right side. Dylan Valerius, left-hand dribble, brings it near top of the key to Brennan Beasley. Beasley to Johnson, down low to Taylor Heil. Little turnaround jumper off the iron, no good. Spell with the rebound. Herrin on the run. Hartline quickly into the front court. Picked up by Valerius defensively. And it gets it to Jake Downen. Downen, left-right dribble, drives the lane, puts it up. No good. Rebound comes off Taylor Heil. Blake Jackson across midcourt, left side. Leaves it for Beasley. Beasley, he drops it off to Valerius. He's going to fire from 3 off the iron, no good. And we have a foul. No, baseline.
I don't know what they're calling.
He didn't step out of bounds. It's a turnover on the Carterville Lions.
Well, it's a missed shot.
I can't tell you what it is. It was a missed shot, but doesn't make any sense. Shane Hawkins talking to one of the officials.
Yeah, Carterville's missed their last 8 shots from the field.
Yet they're only down 5.
Yeah.
They should be down 15. Under a minute left here in the opening quarter. 8-3, Herrin with the lead. Spell has it left wing. Swing pass over to Bush is tipped out of bounds by Carterville's Blake Jackson. It's going to belong to the Tigers. Dalton Bush will trigger the inbound. Gets it to Downen. Downen works it into Spell. Right elbow. Now back top of the key for the Herrin Tigers. 34 seconds on the clock. Herrin moving from right to left. They're in their home uniforms, their home whites. As Downen, that was a double dribble by Downen turnover on the Herrin Tigers. I've got them for 5.
Yeah, and I think Justin Johnson, if he had to do it all over again, he would have gone for the steal before Downen even got the ball. I mean, he was right there. Yep. I thought he was going to just go right in front and get it and go, but Herrin turns the ball over yet again. They've got 5 turnovers, but Carterville's not taking advantage of it.
Carterville has an opportunity to climb back within 3 here to close out the quarter. Justin Johnson over to Dylan Valerius. He has it down to Johnson, left baseline. Back to Valerius. They try to set the trap, but he breaks through. Beasley now over to Jackson. Jackson fires from 3, bombs it for the Lions. That's a big bucket for Carterville.
Breaks the drought. Carterville only down by 2 here at the end of 1.
That's how we end the first quarter. It is 8-6. The Herrin Tigers on top of your Carterville Lions. Second quarter action is next on News Radio WJPF. Dylan Valerius.
We'll have a few minutes to purchase some 50-50 raffle tickets. Also, Yeti Cooler raffle tickets for sale.
Back at Herrin as we are getting ready to start the second quarter. It's 8-6, Scott. That first quarter was not pretty at all.
No, kids do not repeat what you just saw. 37% shooting for Herrin, only 18% for Carterville, but Carterville's only down by 2.
Leading scorer in the game is DJ Spell for Herrin. He's got 4 of their 8 points for Carterville. It's Blake Jackson has 3 as Downen fires from the top of the circle. No good. Rebound off of Carterville. Oh, nice job by Beasley to save it. Gets it to Jackson, who was on his knees, and Carterville gets the foul on DJ Spell. That's going to be his first foul, and the third team foul now. Excuse me, the 4th team foul on the Herrin Tigers.
Now that would fall into the category of stupid foul. In the backcourt, Carterville has a chance to tie with a 2 or take the lead with a 3.
That's correct. That is the 3rd team foul on the Herrin Tigers. Brennan Beasley has the basketball. Herrin in a 2-3 zone. Carterville struggled earlier in the season against the zone. We'll see how they do tonight as Beasley runs into, didn't see who that was.
That's on Ringel, the foul on Ringel. Herrin does not have a point guard, Herrin does not have a guard that's as quick as Beasley. If Beasley gets an opportunity to go one-on-one, he might as well break down the defense, and you might find somebody open underneath.
Drew Ringel is a 6'2 sophomore, wears number 33 for the Herrin Tigers. Carterville has it. Jackson gets it into Heil, right block, and his shot is up and good. Taylor Heil needs to get going for the Carterville Lions. That was a nice little shot, and Carterville just tied it up and has a chance to take the lead.
Heil got good position. He had down it on his back. The Carterville Lions got the ball into Heil. He turned and kissed it off the glass. That's going to be a big matchup all night.
The foul was on Downen. That's his second, the 15th foul on Herrin, and Taylor Heil hits the free throw. It is a 1-point lead, 9-8 for your Carterville Lions. Hartline, he works it over to Bush. Bush on the right wing, needs some help, gets it back to Hartline. They want to get it into Downen. He clears the baseline, and a nice backdoor pass to Ringel. He gets the bank shot home. It is a 10-9 Herrin.
I don't know who's supposed to be guarding Ringel, but they got lost big time.
Well, Jake Downen did a nice job clearing the paint, and that backdoor pass was wide open. Carterville has it. Jackson drives the lane, kicks it over to Johnson. He fires from three. His shot no good. Downen gathers in the rebound, and he brings it up for the court. They break the press into the front court. Over to Ringel. He drives, leaves it for Hartline. Top of the circle. That is Nessler. Nessler drives up and under, no good. Rebound by Heil. Quickly into the front court. The ball is tipped away. They're going to say it was off of Justin Johnson. Woo. It's going to belong to the Herrin Tigers.
Yeah, whether it was or not, Carterville got a little out of control. They got the ball back and just did not let the play come to them. They tried to up tempo it just a little too much.
10-9, 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Hartline wants to get it into Spell. He does get it down toward the right baseline. He's guarded by Taylor Heil. He steps back and fires the jumper from about 18. DJ Spell, are they saying that was a three-pointer?
They're going to give him three.
Wow, he was on the line. So it's 13-9. Herrin Tigers as Justin Johnson travels with the ball. That is the fifth turnover on the Carterville Lions, and it's going to belong to the Herrin Tigers. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, downtown Carterville for over 30 years, a certified York dealer, and they service all brands. You can call 985-2502, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com.
Now both teams combined for 10 turnovers already in this first half, and we still have 5:40 go in the second. We talked about Herrin's had problems with turnovers recently. That's cost them a couple of games. Carterville has their own issues handling the ball tonight.
Herrin basketball, 5:35 left here in the second quarter. Dalton Bush on the right wing, guarded by Justin Johnson. They get it into Hartline. Hartline drives the baseline, and his runner is good. That's a nice baseline move by Jacob Hartline.
Now you got to do a better job if you're the Carterville Lions, cutting off on the baseline. You cannot let them beat you down there because there's no help.
6-point lead for the Tigers, 15-9. 5:10 on the clock till half. Beasley with a left-hand dribble between the circles, backs it up and floats toward the right side. Leaves it for Johnson. Johnson kick over pass to Heil. He drives the baseline. His shot is up and good for Carterville. 4-point lead now, 15-11. Herrin with the lead. Into the front court, turnover on the Herrin Tigers. I've got him for 6. Into the front court, Blake Jackson drives, leaves it for Johnson. Good layup. Carterville is back within 2.
Yeah, good play by Jackson and Johnson.
Herrin basketball. Carterville getting those points off turnovers here this evening as it's Ringel with the basketball to Bush. Bush is guarded by Johnson, works around and needs some help. Gets it into Spell on the right elbow. Step back jumper from Spell, off the iron, no good. Rebound comes off to Hartline. They take it out top. That is Ringel. Leaves it for Spell at the free throw line. He drives the lane, puts it up and good. DJ Spell's got 5 here in the quarter. It is 17-13 Herrin.
Well, Carterville allowed Herrin to get that offensive rebound.
The shot by Beasley is up, and he's fouled, and will go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, fouls on Hartline. That's
number 2, Jake Hartline is first.
16 foul.
6.
Beasley's going to be at the line shooting 2 free throws for the Lions.
got to make the free throws. I know we sound like a broken record, but
It's important. They're free.
it doesn't matter if it's first quarter or fourth quarter. You got to hit them.
They're free. Nobody in your face as he gets the first one to roll.
Herrin lineup number 25, Tate Johnson.
So it's a 3-point lead. Carterville can get within 2. Checking into the game is going to be Tate Johnson for the Herrin Tigers. On the floor right now, Blake Jackson, Dylan Valerius, Beasley's at the free throw line, Justin Johnson, and Taylor Heil line the lane. As the second is good by Beasley. So Carterville's down 2, 17-15. Into the game for Herrin. They have it. That is Tate Johnson. Brings it near side to Ringel. They get it to Hartline. Hartline right-hand dribble. Give and go to DJ Spell. Nice job by Herrin on that little give and go.
Yeah, Carterville's got to find a way to stop that inside game.
I'm impressed with DJ Spell. It's really the first time I've got to see him this year.
He's smooth.
He is smooth. Carterville has it. Beasley gets away with a walk, not called. Jackson has it, drives to the right side. His shot is blocked from behind. No whistle, no foul. Off of Herrin. Going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
And Shane Hawkins like,
What?
yeah,
What?
excuse me?
What? It's Carterville basketball. He's still got his jacket on, though. Carterville has it. Blake Jackson, right wing, gets the right-hand runner to go. Blake Jackson
Yeah, he
has 5 in the game.
faked not once but twice with the head fake and then just drove baseline.
He's really good at that head fake. He'll do that several times during the game. 2-point lead for the Tigers with the basketball. That is Ringel. Gives it up to Tate Johnson. Johnson toward the right side. Back to Hartline at the free throw line. He loses the handle on it. They're going to say it's Beasley that got a hand on him. It's going to be the 7th team foul now on the Lions, and Jacob Hartline is going to be at the line shooting the 1 and the bonus.
Yeah, Beasley gets called for the reach around.
24, Jake down and Hartline in the line shooting 1 bonus.
Got a feeling this game's probably going to come down to the last couple of minutes.
Jacob Hartline at the free throw line. 2-point lead for the Tigers. 2:52 left in the first half. Free throw's no good, but the rebound is put up by Herrin. No good, and Heil gets it and controls for the Lions. Dylan Valerius with the basketball to Beasley. 2:40 left here in the second quarter. Beasley works it left side. Justin Johnson drives, and he
Got bailed out. Jake Downing got called for his third.
Down to 24.
And-
down is third. Team 7.
That was not
he
a
traveled.
foul. He traveled.
He traveled before that. So Carterville gets a break. Justin Johnson is going to be at the line to shoot the 1 and the bonus. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Crystal's Catering and More. More than you expected, more memorable for your guests. Visit crystalsgoodfood.com for more information. JJ, Justin Johnson, the junior at the line, shooting the 1 and the 1 for the Lions. Jake Downing checks out with 3 fouls. Dalton Bush checks back in for the Herrin Tigers. Everybody's set. JJ's at the line, ready to shoot the first free throw. And it's good.
Yeah, Downing has to go to the bench with 3 fouls. That is a key part of this game. I know there's only 2:33 left in the half, but not having Downing in there, look for Carterville to really try to go inside to Heil.
And try and take an advantage of that as Johnson misses the free throw. Spell grabs the rebound. Hartline quickly into the front court. He tried to little fancy up and under, but it was a nice defensive job by Blake Jackson that cut him off, forced him into kind of throwing it at the rim. Carterville gets the rebound. They have it in the front court. On the floor, Dylan Moore, Justin Johnson, Dylan Valerius, Blake Jackson, and Taylor Heil. Jackson with the basketball now, right wing. 2:09 on the clock. Down 1, 19-18. They want to get it to Heil. They do. Right block. He kicks his pass over to Valerius, to Dylan Moore, back to Valerius. Now to Heil. He drives the lane. He's able to work his way in, and he gets the foul on DJ Spell. And he's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
That's what Taylor has to do when he gets the ball inside the paint, or especially at the free throw line extended. He's got to take advantage of that one-on-one situation. He's got to take advantage of the size advantage that he has.
Carbondale leads Marion, by 20, 39-19 at the half. First one by Heil is good. So we're all tied at 19. 1:55 left here in the first half. The second by Taylor Heil is good as well. Carterville takes the lead. Herrin basketball and a foul on Dylan Valerius in the backcourt on Jacob Hartline. Valerius says that's going to be the first foul on Dylan, and it's going to be the 8th team foul. And so Jacob Hartline will be at the line shooting the 1 and the bonus.
You got to give him a little bit of space. You can't be up on his grill unless he's picked up his dribble or he's right in front of you. If you're running alongside, you just got to let him go.
Jacob Hartline says, I didn't invite you to my barbecue. Why y'all up in my grill?
That's right.
See what I did there?
I think you missed your calling.
That's an oldie but a goodie right there. Second one by Hartline is good as he makes both free throws. Herrin with the lead now, 21-20, a 1-point lead, 1:45 left here in the half.
Get it to Heil.
Down low they do to the right block. He's able to bank that shot home. You get it to him there, he's going to 9 times out of 10 be able to make it. Carterville back with the 1-point lead, 1:30 left in the half.
No Dana, no DJ Spell.
There you go. Hartline on the right wing, works it over to McCormick. Now they have it, top of the circle. Ringel, he drives to the left block. His shot is blocked by Taylor Heil, but Valerius has his pocket pick. That's a turnover on Carterville. Shane Hawkins is fired up here below us.
Well, he should be. I mean, that's twice now Carterville's gotten a turnover, and then immediately turn it right back over to the Herrin.
Dylan Valerius is charged with his second foul, the 9th team foul, and at the line is Dalton Bush shooting the 1 and 1. He missed that one, though.
I guess I'm going to say he was shooting.
I guess he was shooting, so he missed the first. He can tie it up here and does on the second free throw. All square at 22, 1:10 remaining in the half. Valerius toward the right side has the basketball for the Lions. Carterville moving left to right. It's Dylan Moore now, back to Blake Jackson, right wing, fakes the head of the shot from 3, but Johnson fires from 3 and buries it from the top of the key. Justin Johnson with a big shot.
Carterville's hit their last 5 shots from the field.
25-22, Carterville a 3-point lead. They get it into McCormick. McCormick kick out pass to Ringel. Now to Hartline between the circles. Right side to Nessler. Now back to McCormick. Nessler now to Dalton Bush, top of the circle. He's guarded by Justin Johnson. That is Ringel to Bush. Down low to McCormick. He's
Stepped
pushed
out of
by.
bounds.
They're going to say stepped out of bounds. Turnover on the Herrin Tigers.
That's 7 turnovers. Carterville's already heated up from the field, playing a little bit better defense, and they've got a 3-point lead.
With 25 seconds left, 25.2 to be exact. Coming up at our halftime show, the Carterville Lady Lions knocked out of sectional play on Tuesday night. We'll talk about that coming up, kind of get you caught up on area scores and what to expect at the regional tournament that's going to take place starting Monday night at Carterville. 20 seconds left here in the half. Carterville a chance to add to this 3-point lead, 25-22, 13 seconds left here. Beasley toward the right side, looks back at Shane Hawkins, gets instructions, 7 seconds. Beasley will take the shot. He's going to drive the lane. Kick out pass to Jackson, fires from 3 off the, no, doesn't hit anything. That's how we end the first half. Carterville has a 3-point lead, 25-22. Stay tuned. Halftime show is coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 3 here. We didn't get a lot in that first half.
Wow. El Dorado beat Harrisburg 57-41. I mean, they smoked them.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your halftime entertainment, the Tigerettes.
Sleet or snow. Hey, everybody on YouTube, good evening. Hope you're doing well tonight. Thank you for watching.
Next up, we have our flag team. Senior, Amber Piper Griggs, Marissa Hall, Christina Gomez. Junior.
Back at Herrin High School with Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, where it's senior night here. Nice crowd for the ball game between your Carterville Lions and the Herrin Tigers. We're at the half. Carterville leads it 25-22. 19 points scored by Carterville in that second quarter. That's an offensive outburst for the Lions, but to be able to gain that lead and get up by 3 at the half.
Well, after only shooting 18% in this first quarter, Carterville shot about 80% in that second quarter. Had a big 3 there late in the second. Carterville shot 42% for the first half, 44% for Herrin. Rebounding, Herrin out-rebounded the Lions 11-10. Heil led the Lions with 4. Spell led the Tigers with 6. Turnovers, Herrin with 7. Carterville with 6.
When you look at the scoring, Carterville is led by the big man in the paint, Taylor Heil. He's got 10 points, but Justin Johnson has 8. Blake Jackson has 5. And Brennan Beasley has 2 balanced scoring by the Carterville Lions. The Herrin Tigers, are led by DJ Spell. He's got 11 of the 22 points. You also have Drew Ringel with 4. Jacob Hartline with 3. Jake Downen with a bucket, and Dalton Bush with a free throw. 25-22 is the score here at the half. Let's look at some other scores around Southern Illinois. Woodlawn beat Weber Township 49-43 in overtime. That is a final. At the half, it was Carbondale over Marion 39-19, and I think you've got another score.
Yeah, final in the El Dorado 2A Regional. El Dorado over Harrisburg 57-41. The Eagles are kings of Saline County.
They move on.
They move on.
They keep on trucking. And let's talk about the regional, Scott. Carterville is going to host the regional starting on Monday night, and they actually have the one quarterfinal game on Monday night when they are going to host the team that's very hot right now, the Massac County Patriots. Of course, they beat Carterville on that last second shot, 32-31. That was about 3 weeks ago. Carterville's not the same team. They didn't play well that night. They didn't score a lot of, probably one of the coldest shooting games they've had all year, but should be a good matchup.
Yeah, Massac's played well. They won here at Herrin on Tuesday night in overtime. They beat El Dorado a week ago. They're playing very well. Thompson, their big kid, had a monster game the other night against Herrin. He had something like 25, 26 points. So that matchup between him and Howell will be interesting. But that should be a fun game on Monday night.
And, of course, we'll have all the action for you here on News Radio WJPF. The winner of that game has the honor of taking on the number 1 seed in Game 2, and that is the Carbondale Terriers, who are just annihilating Marion tonight at the half, up 20. But that'll be the first semifinal game on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, on the other side of the bracket, you have the Benton Rangers that are the number 4 seed in this tournament. This is a team that is 27-2 on the season, I believe. And they're a number 4 seed, and they're taking on a Marion, a Wildcat squad that you never know what you're going to get with Marion. They can be great one night, they can stink it up another night, but that could be a dandy ball game as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think Benton has probably got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They feel like they've got something to prove. Marion, what was it, last weekend or 2 weekends ago, they beat Cahokia, one of the best teams in the South 7. The next night, they lose to Class 1A Meridian. And Meridian's a good 1A team, but they're not as good as they have been in the past years. You really just don't know from night to night. These are high school kids we're dealing with. You just don't know what's going through their mind at any given moment, any given night. But that Benton Marion game, that I'll guarantee you the place will be packed on Wednesday night.
I promise you as well. Here's what's really cool. Now, we've got our game on Monday night, and of course, as long as the Lions continue to play, if they win on Monday night, then we'll have all the action on Tuesday night on News Radio WJPF. But the other side of it is, you and I are going to live stream all of the games for the tournament, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and so we'll have all of the games for the regional next week from Carterville. We do urge you to come out and watch. It's a lot of fun. You're going to see some great basketball. And the thing about this is it's a one and done. If you lose, you're gone, and your season comes to an end. And so there's a lot of pressure once you get into tournament, and who can handle the pressure. That's what it comes down to.
It does. And you talk about upsets in the postseason. Earlier this week, Weber Township, a number 8 seed, beat the number 1 seed, Wayne City. It can happen. It doesn't happen a lot, but it can happen. That's what makes the postseason great.
Nice ceremony here at the half, as it's the pink out night for senior night as well. And I believe these are cancer survivors that they are recognizing here at the half, and they're being escorted out on the floor, and everyone is on their feet. Just I love these kind of events, whether it's the Relay for Life events around the region, or the cancers, the blackout games, however schools do it. But they're very, very awesome that they do, and they recognize cancer survivors here at Herrin High School. We're going to go on and take another break. When we come back, we'll continue on our halftime show. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Robert, what do you need to get us caught up here? There you go. Take it. You got it.
Now turn it over to Mr. Nugent.
Hello. Again, my name's Herrin Tigers. Diagnosed with cancer 25 days ago. Started radiation last week. I'm going to survive this because I had an appropriate screening for colonoscopy. Everybody here should be aware that screening tests make a difference. Since 1991, 25 and donates to the American Cancer Society. Without the research that the American Cancer Society does, people like me are not going to survive in the future. So the big event for the American Cancer Society coming up in July 22nd, is the Relay for Life. Anything you can do to support it, volunteer, donate, show up. It's going to be a Disney theme this year. It starts at 4 p.m., goes through the night until 12 o'clock the next day. For the kids, Murphy 500 is going to do a free concert that day, so anybody who can show up and help would be appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nugent. And thank you to everybody brave enough to come out here this evening. We wish you only the best. Thank you so much.
We're probably going to need another water. Would you mind getting a bottle of water? You want anything?
No, I'm good.
Back at Herrin High School, it's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson at the half. 25-22, Carterville Lions with a 3-point lead, and that was a great ceremony that they had here at the half, recognizing the cancer survivors, and a gentleman, I didn't recognize who it was, but that because of a screening, a colonoscopy that he had 25 days ago, they found cancer. He's already started treatment, and he knows that he's going to be able to beat this thing because of the early detection.
Yeah, it kind of puts everything into perspective. We're here watching a game, and these people are out here talking about things that have affected their lives adversely, whether it be themselves or other family members. I've had 4 family members that have gone through cancer. It's a tough battle, but as you said, Dave, early screening, early testing can really not only help prevent it from coming back, but it also can get rid of it now. And that gentleman, I'll be honest with you, I haven't had a test in a long time, but after listening to that gentleman, I think I may be making me an appointment.
Absolutely, and that's the key, is early detection, and have those screenings done. I know they're not fun, and you don't like talking about them, but they do make a difference. They do save lives, and we do encourage you to go to your physician and have a complete screening done. We are at the half here where the Carterville Lions in the first half, pretty cold in the first quarter, but they started to heat it up in the second, and they were able to get that 3-point lead. Now, it helped that Jake Down and DJ Spell were on the bench there toward the end of the half.
Yeah, it did, and Jake Down with 3 fouls. I don't know if he'll start the third quarter or not. If he doesn't, look for Carterville to go to Taylor Howell, let him try to do damage on the inside. Carterville really heated it up in the second quarter, hitting 80% of their shots, and most of those shots came in the paint. They did have 1-3 in that second quarter, but Carterville's got to do a little bit better job defensively down low. They've got to cut off on the baseline, and they've got to do a little bit better job with the turnovers. Only had 6 in the first half, but they really need to cut that in half in the second half.
And they forced 7 turnovers on the Herrin Tigers there in the first half. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale, they now have an online mortgage center, so you can check rates or you can apply for a mortgage anytime. For more information on the Bank of Carbondale's online mortgage center, go to their website. Visit tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and all loans are subject to credit approval. 9 seniors on this Herrin Tigers squad, and as it's senior night, and of course this is the final regular season basketball game for both of these teams. Carterville have a couple of days off. There will be some workouts on Saturday and on Sunday as they prepare to take on the Massac County Patriots on Monday night. That game time is set for 7 o'clock. Our pregame show on NewsRadio WJPF will start at 6:45. Just one game a night. Expect a good crowd. Regionals always draw a nice crowd, and we invite you to come out and watch the Carterville Lions, the Massac County Patriots, the number 1 seed Carbondale Terriers, and of course you have the Benton Rangers and the Marion Wildcats all in the same regional.
Expect the unexpected. That's what I can tell you, because when it comes postseason time, anything can happen. I'd love to see a big Carterville contingent there Monday night and Tuesday night. I'm just marking it right down right now, Dave McKenzie. I'll put my foot out first. Carterville's going to win Monday night, and they're going to take on the number 1 seed Carbondale Tuesday night.
Attaboy. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Both teams getting final instructions from head coach Mike Mooningham on the Tigers side and from head coach Shane Hawkins here on the Lions side. The teams will swap sides. Carterville will be moving from right to left. We're in the corner here. Amy on the video camera this evening. Glad having her back. She's been traveling forever, and it's nice to have her back with us this evening. And we are just moments away from getting the second half of this ball game started. So on the floor for the Lions, it's going to be Garby and Heil, also Blake Jackson, Brennan Beasley, and Justin Johnson, the original starters for the Carterville Lions. Into the game now, it's Ringel, Spell, Downen, Hartline, and Nessler for the Herrin Tigers. Beasley has it, works it near side to Johnson, who fires from 3. His shot off the front of the iron. Big rebound by Heil. Goes right back up, is able to bank it home for the Lions. Taylor Heil picks right up where he left off.
Taylor Heil's probably one of the best rebounders in Southern Illinois. He is always around the glass.
And his form is great. He goes straight up, gets the ball. Rarely does he go over the back of the opponent. They get the ball down to Downen on the left block. He tried a little spin move, and the ball's tipped away by the Lions. That's a turnover on Herrin. Carterville into the front court with Beasley to Blake Jackson. He has it left wing. Tried to get it into Heil, but Carterville picks it up. Beasley fires from 3 for the Lions. Carterville pushing that lead out to 30-22, 8-point lead now.
Good start by the Lions.
Yes, it is, as it's Hartline left wing, passes up the shot, brings it top of the circle to Ringel. Ringel, left-hand dribble, drives the left side, left-hand runner, no good. Garby with the rebound. Carterville can push the lead even more, up 8, 6:35 left here in the third quarter. Beasley to the left side to Justin Johnson. He takes it to the paint. Kicks it over to Garby, top of the circle to Jackson, who steps into the 3 ball, in, out, no good. Spell with the rebound. Hartline takes the pass from Spell into the front court, right or the left side, loses the handle but gathers it back up. 30-22, Carterville lead. It is Ringel, left side, brings it back, top of the key. That is Nessler to Ringel from just inside 3, buries it for the Tigers.
Good ball movement by the Tigers and got the open shot just inside the arc.
6-point lead, 30-24, 5:52 on the clock here in the third quarter. Carterville showing some patience, slowing things down. Heil to Grant Garby. Where's number 32 for the boys in blue? As Johnson fires from 3, no good. DJ Spell gets the rebound.
Yeah, Johnson short-armed that one.
Yeah, he's been short on the last 2. Hartline on the right side with the basketball. Gets it to Downen. Back to Hartline. Now they're working around top. That is Ringel to Hartline. Now to Spell. Top of the circle. Drives the right side. Throws the ball away. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Now Spell got out of control. Didn't know what he wanted to do. Pass or shoot. Threw it. It's absolutely nobody.
Carterville does that all the time, where they get in the air and you can't leave your feet. Once you get in the air, you limit your options.
Exactly.
And he just had to get rid of it. And unfortunately, nobody there to take the pass. Blake Jackson fires from 3 off the back of the iron. Big balls tipped around, and Herrin controls the rebound. Hartline across midcourt, right side, right-hand dribble. Wanted to work that backdoor pass, but he takes it into the paint, leaves it for Ringel, and the shot from Downen, no good. Rebound comes off to Garby. Coach Shane Hawkins says, hurry up, let's go. Carterville has it in the front court. Beasley, left-hand dribble, brings it around top of the circle, drops it off for Jackson. Jackson forces the issue to the middle, to Beasley, right wing. Gets it to Garby, Garby to Johnson. Left side, brings it near side. Drop pass down low to Garby, no good. That's a turnover on the Lions. And Herrin into the front court now, moving left to right. As Spell left his feet again, not called. Travel not called, and the shot by Nessler's no good, but the rebound and the putback by Spell is good.
Carterville's had 3 opportunities to extend what was an 8-point lead, and they've missed 3 threes and had a turnover.
It's a 4-point lead, and they turn it over once again, the second time here in the half, as the shot by Ringel, the layup is no good. Carterville with the rebound. Here comes Beasley. Boy, break for the Lions if they could score here. Blake Jackson to Brendan Beasley, right wing, guarded by Beasley to Jackson. They get it down low to Heil, kicks it over, top of the circle to Johnson for 3, buries it for the Carterville Lions, and we have a timeout called by Shane Hawkins. It's a 30-second timeout called by the Lions.
Great ball move by the Lions. Heil got the ball underneath. I thought he was going to go up and under Spell to try to draw the foul, but they kicked it back out and found Johnson wide open, and Carterville's got a 7-point lead.
This Lions broadcast brought to you by the Ike family of dealerships, Ike Honda and Ike Volkswagen of Marion, proud supporters of Carterville Lions sports. 33-26, Carterville with the lead, and man, they are really starting to look good here in this ball game.
And Carterville had missed 3 straight threes that gave Herrin some opportunities to cut into that 8-point lead, but Herrin turned the ball over. They missed a couple of easy shots, one a layup by Ringel, and then Carterville comes down and makes Herrin pay with that big 3 by Johnson. So Carterville's just got to be patient on offense. I think there are openings in this Herrin defense. You just got to be patient and wait for it to open up.
Make the extra pass.
Exactly.
Make the extra pass, and you'll find those openings. So Herrin has the basketball. 3:27. It is a 7-point lead for the Lions, 33-26. And Jacob Hartline will bring the ball across the Herrin logo at midcourt. Gets it to Jake Downen. Over to the far side. The pass off of Nessler. That's another turnover on the Tigers, the 3rd here in the second half.
Well, that's one of those unforced errors. Nessler looked towards the basket before he had the ball. Now, Carterville has to make them pay.
Points off turnovers. We talk about it all year long. You want to get those points off those turnovers. Make them pay. As Carterville has it, Beasley drives the left side and works it over to Jackson. Now to Garby. Near side to Dylan Moore. He takes it back, top of the circle to Blake Jackson on the right wing. Now Taylor Heil comes out high, gets the pass, gives it to Beasley. Carbondale leads Marion 44-40. That is after 3. Marion has done a fantastic job. They were down 20 at the half. They've made up 16 points in that game. That's a dandy ball game there. Here it is 33-26. Lions with the lead. 2:35 left. Dylan Moore fires from 3 from deep. No good. Goes on the floor to get his own rebound, and the Tigers come up with it. Lead pass out to Spell. They throw it away. That was Hartline that threw it into the crowd on the other baseline. Another turnover, the 4th on the Tigers.
Well, Tigers are doing what Carterville did in the first half, not taking advantage of missed shots and or turnovers.
Identical to what Carterville did.
And Carterville Moore's got to take that shot. And it's a wide open 3. You got to take it. He just missed it.
Yep. But he did a nice job getting on the floor, going after that rebound. Herrin just able to come up with it. Garby has it, gets it to Jackson, who's going to fire from 3. Boy, that looked good, but it rims out, no good. Heil, a big rebound. Carterville controls, 2 minutes on the clock. Beasley for 3, no good. DJ Spell pulls down the rebound, gets it out to Hartline. Hartline, left-hand dribble. At the free throw line, throws it away. He was leaving it for Dalton Bush, and that's another turnover. That's the 5th. That's got to be, 3 possessions in a row on turnovers?
Well, and Carterville's got to take advantage of. Carterville's had this 7-point lead for a few minutes now. The thing we talked about in the pregame about Herrin, they don't have a true point guard, and they have turned the ball over numerous times in recent games, and it's cost them ball games.
Jacob Hartline's a little awkward out on the point, too, sometimes with these dribbles. He was cutting across the left side dribbling with his left hand as the ball's tipped away by DJ Spell. Nice job defensively. It's going to belong to the Lions, where he should be dribbling with his right hand, but he's kind of backhanding the ball with the dribble.
Right.
And it was just kind of funny looking there. So it's Carterville basketball. 33-26, a minute and a half remaining here. They get the ball on the inbounds down low to Johnson. He misses the bunny, and Hartline pulls down the rebound. Into the front court, Hartline now between the circles, left, right with the dribble, between the legs at the free throw line. Leaves it for Ringel. Ringel now to Bush, back to Ringel. They get it down low to Spell. Fronts Heil, puts the shot up, short, and Blake Jackson gets the rebound. He makes a move on DJ Spell. It's out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Now, Herrin's out of sync right now, and this is where Carterville really needs to extend this 7-point lead. Herrin is just confused on both ends of the floor right now.
Yes, they are. This is where what they say, put your foot on their throat.
That's
you got to
right.
choke them out right here because you've got an opportunity to do so. 33-26, Carterville basketball. Johnson to Beasley. He's guarded by Jacob Hartline for the Tigers. Works it around to the right side to Blake Jackson. Jackson looks for the cutting. Moore back to Jackson. They want to get it into Heil down low, and we have a foul on Jacob Hartline of the Herrin Tigers, his second, but that's going to be the first team foul on the Tigers here in the second half.
Now, I think that's the first foul in the second half.
It is. Carterville basketball, far side from us. Johnson to Blake Jackson. Jackson holds up, waits for Beasley to get back in the front court. And you can see that Herrin's really starting to pick up the man-to-man pressure, getting out tight. They're really fronting Beasley, him and Jacob Hartline going at it. That's so nice pick by Justin Johnson, and we got a foul by JJ on Hartline, and Hartline is John at Beasley.
That, first of all, Hartline should get an Academy Award because he was hardly touched. And they're going to call the foul on who?
Beasley, it looks like.
Well, Beasley may have fouled him. I'm not going to say he didn't. But Hartline acted like he'd been shot with a high-powered rifle, and that's one of the best acting jobs I've seen. That's a turnover on Cardinal. That's their third. But you can see Shane Hawkins smiling about it.
As he's talking to his bench. And Beasley's coming out with his third foul, gets a hand slap from Shane Hawkins. Hawkins claps his hands, said, "Come on, boys, let's go." As Hartline, he had to lay up. He kicks it out top. Now it's Bush to Downen. His right hand floater's no good, but the putback by DJ Spell is good. He's got 4 here in the second half. And 6 seconds left in the third quarter. Jackson to Moore, who's going to fire from 3 at the buzzer. No good. The putback by Valeris is good, and that should count. It is good. Carterville gets the last second bucket from Dylan Valerius, and we're going to the third quarter. It is 35-28. Lions with the lead. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.
Winner of the 50-50 raffle, Renee Hunsacker of Carterville.
Good. Carterville lady won the 50-50.
Oh, really?
Taking money from Herrin. I'm loving every minute of it. Yeah, Valerius in the right place, right time.
Yes, he was.
Was that an air ball by Moore?
It was.
Man. Well,
let's put him away.
Yeah, Downen didn't pick up his 4th, so he's going to be playing a little bit more aggressive here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he will. 6 points by Herrin in that quarter. 10 by Lions.
Final score from El Dorado. It's El Dorado over Harrisburg, 57-41.
Back at Herrin, we're heading to the fourth quarter. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, Amy on the video. Next to us this evening, 35-28, a 7-point lead for the Lions. Herrin only scored 6 points in that third quarter, Scott.
Yeah, they had 3 field goals. Carterville had 4 field goals, but 2 of them were big threes to give the Lions a 7-point lead as we start the final quarter here at Herrin.
By Justin Johnson and Brendan Beasley, who's on the bench with 3 fouls. for the Lions, but it was Dylan Valerius who gets the bucket at the buzzer. The 3 ball from Dylan Moore didn't hit anything, and he was there to clean it up, and that's what gave Carterville this 7-point lead. As we have a foul on the Carterville Lions. It's on Blake Jackson. That is, I've got him for 1, John Homan. John Homan, the PA announcer. I've got the first one on Jackson, but it's a turnover on the Tigers, and it's Jackson that gets the run-out layup for the Lions. It's a 9-point lead for Carterville. Hartline in the paint, gets an opening. His shot is up and good as he gets fouled, and he's going to go to the line and shoot the and one.
Well, Carterville just let him go down the lane. You got to if he beats his man on the dribble drive, somebody's got to come over and help.
And they didn't get the help.
Well, by the time they got there, they fouled.
And they did a nice job of that. I didn't see who the foul was on, did you?
I did not. Does not show up there. So basically, Carterville got the run out on the steal, had a 9-point lead. Then you come down and you give up a 3-point play that cuts the lead to 6.
We have a timeout on the floor, and it looks like it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take one as well. You're listening to Lions basketball on NewsRadio WJPF. Who was that foul on?
I don't know.
Missed it. I missed it. Three has 1 on 5. Okay. Justin Johnson. Okay. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. They have a brand new location. They're right next to Tequila's at the Carterville Crossroads, 209 West Commercial Drive in Carterville. They offer in-house embroidery, proudly supporting the hometown Lions. Things starting to tighten up a little bit. A 6-point lead for the Lions. As we are just underway here in the fourth quarter. 7:22 remaining in the ball game. Carterville basketball, Justin Johnson. He's guarded by Downen. They work it right side. It's Jackson. Now to Beasley, who's checked back into the game, playing with 3 fouls. Beasley, top of the circle, to Moore. Moore drives the left baseline, spin move, hands it to Beasley, fires from 3. Good, Brandon Beasley. That's a huge shot for Carterville.
Big 3 by the senior to give the Lions a 9-point lead.
40-31, a 9-point lead once again. Carterville is playing great ball here as they get the ball, the Tigers do, to Spell, and the ball is turned over by Downen as Spell tried to hand it to Downen. Downen lost the handle on it. Carterville a chance to extend this lead to double digits as Moore fires from 3, no good. Blake Jackson, they're saying he was on the line. It's a turnover on the Lions, the 4th turnover here in the second half.
Well, a bad decision to take a shot from Dylan Moore. You know, you kind of get caught up in the moment as a player, and you really just need to run some time off the clock with a 9-point lead, not the shot.
You want to put that dagger, right in, and that was the point of that shot. But Shane Hawkins jumps up as he's yelling out defensive instructions to his Lions. Tigers have it. Downen on the left block, backs his man down. That's Johnson. He's able to bank it home. And as you said, look for him to exert himself here in the fourth quarter.
Carterville has to be patient on offense. They have a 7-point lead and the clock on their side.
6 minutes showing on the clock and a 7-point lead. 40-33, Carterville up here in the fourth. Moore got away with the travel, but they're not called. Jackson to Johnson between the circles. Back to Jackson toward the right side. Now Beasley's going to fire from 3 again off the front of the iron. DJ Spell with the rebound. Quickly into the front court, it's Tate Johnson, right-hand dribble, picked up by Blake Jackson. Takes it to the free throw line, drives down the right side, and he's fouled by Jackson. and will go to the line and shoot two.
Yep.
54-52, 3:19 left. Marion on top, Carbondale on top of Marion.
Well, that's still a heck of a comeback by Marion, whether they win that game or not. But Carterville, Beasley, he's the hot guy. He took a three, got to take it if it's there, didn't get it to go, and fortunately, Herrin's not in the bonus yet.
Johnson with the foul. That's his third. They get it into Nessler. He's able to get the little layup to fall for the Tigers. They are now within 5. It's 40-35, 5:25 remaining in the game. Johnson has it, guarded by Jake Downen, out top to Heil. Now to Blake Jackson, right wing. He is guarded by Nessler. Jackson wants to work it top of the circle, set the offense to Beasley. He comes back between the circles. Shane Hawkins jumps up, throws up the fist. Here comes Beasley to the left. Passes it takes it right to the lane. The layup is no good. No foul called. He's wanting the foul, and Carterville misses on that opportunity. Quickly into the front court. Jake Downen to Spell on the left block. Puts his shoulder down, gets the layup. They're within 3 now.
Yeah, 2 missed calls by the officials, both against Carterville. We've got us a game.
Shane Hawkins is barking at the official on the near sideline. Puts his head down. I can't believe you missed those 2 calls. But you still got to make those shots. Moore has it to Blake Jackson on the right wing. 3-point game, 4:20 here in the fourth quarter. Carterville with the lead. Jackson is fouled by Nessler. His second team foul here in the second half.
Yeah, you don't want Spell to go off on a run. He's the type of player that can score 6 to 10 points quickly. And Carterville, which seemed like just seconds ago, had a 9-point lead or hanging on to a 3-point lead.
40-37 is the score. 3-point lead, 4:16 on this fourth quarter clock. Fans here are seeing a nice ball game. Once again, Carterville, can they finish it? That's the question. They've got an opportunity. They know they can hang. They need to...
They've been in this situation before.
They've been in this situation a week ago at Pinckneyville, and they have an opportunity to knock off their cross-county rivals here this evening. 3-point lead, 4:09 on the clock. Carterville ball. Heil on the right block. Turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound by Johnson. Tate Johnson for Herrin. Behind the back at midcourt. Takes it into the left elbow. Gets it to Hartline. Hartline needs some help. Gets it to Spell, and he's fouled by Blake Jackson.
Now that's a bad foul. You're going to try to go over his back to get the pass anyway. But still, only team 5th. But Herrin's got a little bit of the momentum back right now.
Second team foul on Blake Jackson. 3:49 remaining in the game. Herrin basketball down 3. As it's Hartline on the right side. He, a little 8-footer, no good. The ball's out of bounds off of DJ Spell, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. Shane Hawkins is talking to the official on the near side. Puts his fist up. Don't know what he's saying, but he's not happy, but he's got this official's attention, and they're going to go talk.
I don't know what Shane's asking for.
I'm going to have to ask him. I just want to know because I'm nosy.
We're paid to ask questions.
3:30 remaining here in this game. Thanks for listening to Lions basketball all season long on NewsRadio WJPF. Monday night we start regional play at 7 o'clock as the ball is thrown away by the Carterville Lions. That's the 5th turnover here in the second half.
Yeah, they've got 11 on the game. Not the time you want to be turning the ball over. The clock's on your side. You've got the lead. You can run some clock. Instead, you turn it over.
Shane Hawkins calls a timeout for the Carterville Lions, and it's going to be a 30-second break. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Crystal's Catering and more than you expected, more memorable for your guests. No event is too small or too large. Crystal's Catering, they will customize the menu to fit your budget and your preferences. Go online, visit crystalsgoodfood.com.
Herrin has 6 turnovers in this second half, but they've really started to heat up from the field. In this after only hitting 3 shots in the third quarter, they're 4 out of 5 from the field. here in the second half.
With 8 points here in the fourth quarter. They only scored 6 in the third. Carterville has only got 5 here in the fourth, and we are just about 4 minutes and 45 seconds in to this fourth quarter. So Carterville holding on to a 3-point lead, 3:18 on the clock, but it's Herrin basketball. Jacob Hartline across the H at midcourt. Gets it to Downen. Downen toward the left side. Now to Johnson, Tate Johnson, and Carterville
foul on Downen.
Herrin turns it over. That's their 8th, and a foul on Jake Downen. That's going to be his 4th foul.
Yeah, a good job for the Lions to tip the ball away. I don't know if that was Johnson or Jackson that tipped that ball away, and Downen going after the ball ran into a Carterville player. Here we go again, Mr. McKenzie. 3:04 to go. Carterville 3-point lead. Can they hang on to the ball?
And Drew Ringel checks in for Jake Downen, who goes to the Herrin bench with 4 fouls. Under 3 to go. Carterville basketball up 3 points on the board. Jackson between the circles, left-hand side, brings it to Justin Johnson. Johnson wants to get it into the cutting man. They're trying to get it to Heil. They work it to the right side. Dylan Valerius toward the right wing. Back to Beasley, top of the key. He's guarded by Johnson to Jackson. Now it's Taylor Heil who comes out high, guarded by DJ Spell. Carterville showing some patience here. 2:27 on the clock. Valerius out top. Needs some help. Gets the pick from Heil. Spins away. Gets it to Jackson. Jackson is going to work it around way out top. Beasley's going to reset now for the Lions as Carterville has the basketball. Blake Jackson guarded by Jackson toward the right side. 2:05 left in this ball game. And he's fouled out top. Nessler fouls Blake Jackson. That's going to be the 2nd on Nessler, the 4th on Herrin.
Yeah, Herrin still got two to give.
So Carterville has the basketball. Far side, that's Justin Johnson. He triggers it in to Brendan Beasley. Beasley needs to step across the timeline as they're setting up the trap. Johnson gets it and does break the trap. Now to Jackson, now to Johnson. Passing is going to be the key here. Steps through the double team, and we have a foul on Nessler. That's going to be his 3rd, and that is going to be the 5th team foul. Still 2 to go for the Herrin Tigers.
Yeah, but Carterville's doing a good job attacking both the man-to-man and zone defense that Herrin just threw on them.
They are protecting a 3-point lead here with 1:45 left. Johnson steps through the double team again. Now around to Valerius, showing patience. That's how you do this. Hang on to the ball. You don't need the points right now. Make Herrin come after you. Jackson has it, needs some help, cuts through, gets it over to Beasley, top of the circle, 1:25 left. Valerius has it, gets it to Beasley, now top of the circle to Johnson. Near side to Jackson. Back to Johnson. A great job by the Carterville Lions protecting this lead right here. And finally, DJ Spell comes out and fouls Brendan Beasley. That's going to be his 3rd. That's going to be the 6th team foul. And Carterville there's still 1 to give, and we got a timeout called by Herrin head coach Mike Mooningham. It is going to be a full timeout. We're going to take a break as well. 40-37, Carterville lead. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.
I think I'll stand too. I've been sitting way too long.
That's our girl right there. On YouTube, that was our Allie. Back at Herrin High School, a 3-point lead for your Carterville Lions, 40-37. with 1:13 on the clock. It's Carterville basketball. They've been doing a great job, Scott, of protecting this lead with the passing game. Johnson needs to get it in. He does. Blake Jackson has it, and he works it around toward the left side. Working our way toward a minute. It's Beasley way out high. There's one more foul to give, and there it is. Heartline fouls Brennan Beasley, so Brennan is going to go to the line and shoot free throws for the Lions.
Well, I had a feeling that this game might come down to free throw shooting. And if the Lions can hit their free throws, they're really going to put the Tigers in a world of hurt with just one tick over 1 minute left in this game.
Beasley's at the line to shoot the 1-and-1 for the Lions. The first one is in the air, and it's good.
Nothing but net. The senior,
he's got
ice in his veins.
6 points in this game. 4-point lead, 41-37. The second from Beasley is on the way. Boom. Gets the roll. 42-37. 55 seconds left. Herrin with the basketball. Ringle's in the game right now. Left-hand dribble. Left side to Downen. They get it to Spell at the line. Free throw line. His shot off the back of the arm. Downen gets the rebound. Got his hand on it. The Carterville comes away with it. That's a huge rebound and a foul on the far side. That is going to be on Ringle. His second, the 8th team foul. That's how you put the game away right there. You got to go after them rebounds. 42-37, a 5-point lead, 39 seconds left in this game.
You got to hit your free throw still. It's only a 2-possession game.
Blake Jackson is at the line. The first one gets the shooter's touch. 43-37. Carterville with the 6-point lead. Fans starting to head to the door here at Herrin. Can they hang on? 7 points on the board here. Oh, as he misses, it's a 6-point lead. So Herrin still has an opportunity. Spell takes it across midcourt, gets it to Ringle. Now it is Nessler. Nessler back to Spell. Top of the circle, shoots long 3 ball. No good. Rebound by Valerius. Carterville has it. Herrin backs off. 22 seconds left in the ball game. I can't believe they don't press as Beasley's fouled at the logo, and it is going to be a Carterville win. With 17 seconds left in the game, the foul, I didn't see who the foul was on, did you?
I did not see who that was on.
Beasley is at the line, is going to shoot the 1-and-1 for the Carterville Lions. The other 4 Carterville players at midcourt. Beasley's first one is short, 15 seconds, 43-37. As Hartline takes it to the rack, he gets the bucket, and we've got a timeout called by Mike Mooneyham of the Herrin Tigers. 10 seconds left, and it is a 4-point lead. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports.
Well, it's still not over. You got 2.5. If Herrin doesn't steal the inbounds pass, then they're going to have to foul immediately. And then Carterville's going to have to come down and hit a couple of big free throws. If they hit 2 free throws, this game's over. It's a 2-possession game. Herrin would have to hit 2 threes in the final probably 8-9 seconds, which is doable but not highly likely. So Carterville still got a little bit of work to do here to pick up a big win at the end of the regular season.
10.5 seconds remaining in this game. Carterville bench is excited as they gather around head coach Shane Hawkins. They break their huddle, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. Blake Jackson is going to trigger the inbounds under the far baseline. 4-point lead, 10.5 seconds left. On the floor, Valerius Beasley, Heil, Johnson, and Blake Jackson, who has the basketball in his hand. Baseball pass to Taylor Heil. They get the run out. He takes it, puts the shot up, no good. Johnson gets the rebound, and we have a whistle and a foul. Taylor Heil is going to go to the line and shoot free throws as Jake Downen has just got his 5th foul, and he fouls out of the game for the Tigers.
Well, as soon as they slapped the ball in the inbounds, Heil took off like a sprinter. And a great pass into the front court to Heil. I thought he might pull it out, but I think he was probably thinking dunk.
I think so as well.
But he at least drew the foul. And a couple of big free throws coming up right here.
First from Heil is good.
And why would you expect anything else from Taylor Heil?
Carterville's last 5 points have been on free throws.
The most consistent player Carterville has had all year right here at the free throw line.
Yes, it is. Second free throw for Mr. Heil. The 6'6" senior is good. 2 for 6. The last 6 points have come off the free throw for the Lions. A timeout is called. 30-second timeout called by Shane Hawkins. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years, proudly supporting the Carterville Lions. Call 985-2502, charliesairconditioningandheating.com. Scott Hudson, this is a big win for the Carterville Lions.
Well, it is. I mean, this game, Carterville had a 9-point lead in the second half, saw it whittled down to 3, but they were able to withstand the Herrin rally. They were able to get some key stops on defense, get some key turnovers, and as you said, make some key free throws down the stretch. This is kind of what we've seen from this Carterville team the last couple of games. Last week, just not enough on the road at Pinckneyville. Tonight, a little bit more, and they're going to get a win.
45-39, a 6-point lead, 7 seconds remaining here in this contest. And coming up on our post-game show, anxious to talk to head coach Shane Hawkins and get his thoughts on this. And don't forget, we're also going to have to choose our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. A couple of candidates. Man, you could choose any one of the 5 starters tonight for the Carterville Lions.
They all played well. They all did something to contribute to this win, whether it be defense, rebounding, free throws, whatever.
Herrin has the basketball, Hart line, 4 seconds on the clock, dumps it down low. The shot is up and good. That was by John Vaughn at the buzzer, and that's a final 45-41. The Carterville Lions beat the Herrin Tigers. Post-game show is next on News Radio WJPF. Back at Herrin, it's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, where the Carterville Lions have just knocked off the Herrin Tigers 45-41 on senior night here at Herrin. That's a big win for the Carterville Lions.
Well, it's a huge win for the Carterville Lions because, as we said in the pregame, Carterville has played their best games this year on the road. That's kind of strange that you play better on the road than you do at home. But they played well at Pinckneyville, just came up a little short. Played well tonight and sealed the deal late to get a big win on the road at Herrin.
They were patient on the offensive side when they were nursing that 3-point lead with 3 minutes left. They made the extra pass, made Herrin come out and foul them late, and then they hit the free throws at the free throw line at the end of the game. The last 6 points coming off the free throw, sealing the game for the Lions, 45-41. Carterville Lions are going into regionals on Monday night with a big win over these Herrin Tigers, and they really needed that.
Well, they did. I go back to what I said earlier as well. The Lions have had a few games under their belt now to prepare how to play without Luke Ford. It changes your whole game plan. It changes how you play defense and offense. Garby has started and played well. Moore's gotten more playing time and played well. It's just a different dynamic now with this Lions team without Ford, and now you kind of see the kids buying in, they're believing in each other, and it's started to pay off.
What a big game as we look at scoring here this evening. It was Taylor Heil, the leading scorer for the Carterville Lions. He winds up with 16 points for Carterville here this evening. It was Brendan Beasley with 10 points for the Lions. Blake Jackson, he has 8 for Carterville, and Justin Johnson, a big game by JJ. He winds up with 11 points here this evening. And don't forget Dylan Valeris, he has 2 points, but 45 points scored by the Carterville Lions here in this ball game. For the Herrin Tigers, it was DJ Spell. He winds up with 17 points, it looks like, for Herrin. The leading scorer for Herrin, it was Jacob Hartline with 8. Bronson Nessler, he had 2. It was Jake Downen with 4, but he fouls out with a minute left in the game. Drew Ringel has 6. Dalton Bush gets 1 free throw, and John Vaughn hit the cleanup bucket at the buzzer for a pair. 41 points for the Herrin Tigers. 45-41. The Carterville Lions get the win at Herrin.
Well, again, just a big win going into the regionals, which start on Monday. Of course, Carterville will be taking on the Massac County Patriots. For the game, 44% shooting for Herrin, 37% for Carterville. They cooled down a little bit in that second half, but Carterville had 11 turnovers in the second half. The Lions had 11. The Tigers had 14 turnovers, and that played big into the second half as well. Spell led the Tigers in rebounding. He had 13 rebounds. Heil led the Lions. He had 7. Lions win, and they got contributions from everybody.
Coming up, we have to choose our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. We've got 4 or 5 candidates it could be tonight, Scott Hudson, and we'll do that. We're going to go on and take another break. We're waiting on head coach Shane Hawkins to join us on our post-game show. 45-41, Carterville, the win over Herrin. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Well done, Coach Hawkins. Just 60 here, please. 60. That's how you close out a ball game.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
But we did it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah, they did great.
How many times have people put a little pressure on us and we turn over a bunch and,
Well,
start to kick one away. And we didn't
watching them was like watching us earlier.
It wasn't safe in the first couple of rows down there on that end.
Back at Herrin High School, it's Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson, and now head coach Shane Hawkins joins us here on our post-game show. Coach, that is how you close out a ball game.
We'll take it. We've definitely kicked our share away, but we did it the right way. They kind of went trapping us there at the end, and we didn't panic. So it tells me we've learned from our mistakes, which is a step forward to being a better basketball team. And I'll be real honest, and I usually don't single guys out. I thought that was great senior leadership down the stretch.
Absolutely.
They handled it most of the time. They knocked down free throws. We streaked Taylor deep off the out of bounds in a situation where we've turned it over a lot. Blake made the right read there with about 10 or 11 seconds left. Made the right read, made the right pass. We got fouled out of it. And
Brendan settled things down when it needed to be settled down.
Yes, and that's, we didn't do that 3 weeks ago. We didn't do it 2 months ago. And so we've learned, which that's the thing that I'll take out of it as being the bigger positive is finding a way to win. And we never got rattled down the stretch. We stuck together. We helped each other out. We were talking on the floor. And that's what you have to go make winning plays at the end. And I thought we did a tremendous job there down the stretch.
Coach, we've talked about this before, but it seems like your team has always played better, had better games on the road than at home. You go back last week to the Pinckneyville game, only lost by 3, but you're in the game late. You get the big win here tonight. I think another key, and talk about this a little bit, you've had, 2 weeks now without Luke Ford, and I think maybe it took your team a little bit of an adjustment time to know, A, he's not going to be there at any point, and your team's had to adjust both offensively and defensively without him on the floor.
I don't think there's any question about missing Luke, and I think when he come in the boot the first day, I think it kind of
played the team.
It did. It took the wind out of our sails, and I'm not sure. There was so much unknown about how long was he going to be out. Was it going to be a week or 2 or for the season? And I think just that uncertainty caused us a lot of problems. And as you alluded to, we've kind of figured out how to play without him offensively and defensively. And as far as explaining how we play better on the road, I have no idea. It's very odd for teams. Usually you feel more comfortable at home. You play with a little bit higher energy at home because it's your band, it's your cheerleaders, it's your surroundings, it's where you practice all week. And but no question, we've been a better road team this year than we have a home team, which hopefully we can bottle up some of this and take it back home with us next week for the regional.
This Carterville team, this is where you want to be playing your basketball. And if you held off held this team back and kind of going into regionals this way, you're genius.
I'm not that smart. I don't ever want to lose. I'm too competitive for that.
I know
but,
that.
You know what? And even going back to last week, and again, I think a lot of our stuff last week was, I don't think we truly believed deep down 100% we could go on the road and win that one.
Let me jump in here. Let me interrupt this. I mentioned it in our pregame show. You're not a morals kind of victory kind of coach.
No.
Most coaches aren't. Yeah. But coming out of that Pinckneyville loss, that 3-point loss, almost felt like Carterville won the game. It was that good of a game coming, and that's how it kind of felt.
It's kind of funny because we just talked about kind of the same thing just with our guys in the locker room, and I think it's our fans' mentality is this was a big win. Yes, there's no question. I thought we played well. I thought we deserved to win. But we've got to establish a mindset or a culture that we expect to beat Herrin, or we expect to beat Nashville, or we expect to beat Pinckneyville, and not be shocked when it does happen. And I think that plays right into what you're saying. And I think our guys were, the longer it went last week, the more they started to believe. But I don't think they deep down believed at the very beginning. And I really liked our approach tonight. And we came over here. We met before we got on the bus, and we came over here. I thought we were in tune when we got here with the shoot around, and hopefully now we don't have any more senior nights we have to deal with. We've run our tour on that, but absolutely a great way to finish our regular season, and I hope that gives us a little bit of momentum going in next week.
Coach, you kind of alluded to this late in the game. Well, the one thing I noticed about your team when they had the lead, knowing they were going to see pressure, I did not see anything in their mannerisms that, oh my God, we're getting ready to panic. Whoever had the ball never got in trouble. The pass was always made to somebody who was open, and before they could collapse, the ball was passed to somebody else that was open. It was I'm sure for you, refreshing to see late in the game.
Absolutely, and that's what we talk. And we've worked on it. I know we've worked on it for 2 months now, but to see it come. To see it work the way that that we planned for it to, and they just they went and made plays. They didn't try to do too much. They didn't dribble themselves into trouble. They didn't panic when they got it. They didn't not want to get fouled. They had a clock on their side, and that's what championship teams do down the stretch. You go execute down the stretch, and there's a big difference between winning that game and losing this game. There's no question.
Monday night you open regional play against Massac County. They popped us for one at home. A last-second shot, 32-31. Get a chance to take them on Monday night. What's your thoughts as you're looking at this game Monday?
Yeah, I've done a little bit of work on them. they played here at Herrin on Tuesday, so I've done a little bit of film work on them, and I have a pretty good feel for them. And they're playing really good. They're playing really well. It's not the team.
Probably one of the hottest teams in the area.
No question. And Coach Osmond's done an unbelievable job with his guys, and they play really well together. And Miller, the one hit the 37-footer against us. He's played really well. He's playing with a lot more confidence now. Obviously, with Thompson in the middle, and Roundtree is one of those players who can go score anytime he touches it. And it's the postseason. We'll have our hands full. But I do like our mindset. I do like our approach mentally right now, and hopefully this will springboard. It'll be a little bit easier to come in and meet tomorrow and have a short practice on Sunday and get ready for the Patriots.
Head coach Shane Hawkins joining us on our pregame show. 45-41, Carterville Lions get a win over the Herrin Tigers tonight on their senior night. Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you Monday.
Monday night is the next game for the Lions as they open up regional play against the Massac County Patriots. 7 o'clock is the scheduled tip-off. Scott and I will have the pregame show here on News Radio WJPF starting at 6:45. That's an excited coach right there.
Well, he should be. His team played well tonight. They had spurts where they turned the ball over, missed some open shots, but for the most part, they played a solid 2 halves of basketball. Herrin made a run at the Lions when the Lions were up by 9 points. Herrin cut it to 3. And then you're going to find out what this Lions team was made of. They've been in this situation many, many times this year. Sometimes they've faltered. Sometimes they found a way to win. Tonight they found a way to win. And as Coach Hawkins said, I was very impressed with the way the Lions handled the pressure late in the game, not getting themselves trapped, not throwing the ball away. They did what you had to do, close out a game.
I've got an idea for our post-game show, or our player of the game.
Please do, because I did not want to be the one to pick tonight.
I want to give it to our 3 seniors.
There you go.
As Coach Hawkins said, they did a great job closing this out. Brendan Beasley at the point did a fantastic job running the offense. Always came back. The ball came back to him. He could settle the offense, and they could make the right pass. Blake Jackson was outstanding defensively. He winds up with 8 points in the game. Beasley winds up with 10, and the other man it was Blake Jackson that made the baseball pass to Taylor Heil, and he got fouled and went to the line and made the 2 free throws there to close out that ball game. Our Joe's Lawn Care players of the game are our 3 seniors: Blake Jackson, Brennan Beasley, and Taylor Heil. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Joe's Lawn Care. Our player of the game, it's Lindsay and Joe McCann. They've been serving Southern Illinois for the past 20 years. They specialize in commercial and residential lawn care, landscaping maintenance, spring and fall cleanups. Not a whole lot of snow removal this year, which is great. Property maintenance, bush hogging, bush and hedge trimming. Joe's Lawn Care. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. They do it all. 534-8148. Blake Jackson, Taylor Heil, Brennan Beasley are Joe's Lawn Care players of the game.
All had great games tonight. All contributed, some in different ways. But you talked about the long baseball pass. That was probably the final dagger, because once you throw the ball in the front court to Taylor Heil, he's going to score, get fouled like he did, and he hit the 2 free throws. Jackson also came up with some big rebounds. Brendan Beasley, I thought, played a smart game tonight, running the offense for Carterville. And, of course, Taylor Heil, as we've said many times, the most consistent Lion this year. Night in, night out, you know what you're going to get from him. A solid effort, always around the boards, always going to score big points in the paint. What a win for the Lions.
We'll see you Monday night.
I will be there.
Monday night, the regionals open at Carterville. The number 1 seed, the Carbondale Terriers, they're waiting on the winner of our game Monday night. Carterville and Massac. That game, 7 o'clock on Monday. That is the only quarterfinal game. Then you have Carterville that will get the winner of Carterville and Massac. On the other side of the bracket, it is Benton and Marion, and the winners will meet for the championship on Friday night. For Robert Teese back at the studio, another fantastic job, sir. I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. For Amy on the video, I'm glad to have her back in town, not traveling this weekend. For my partner, Scott Hudson, I'm Dave McKenzie. Carterville gets the win tonight, 45-41. Next game coming up Monday in regionals. Thank you for watching and listening to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. See ya.